Hello everyone, James Hester here again. We're going into the home stretch of this original 90-day carnivore challenge. Today marks day number 84 since I began this on January 1st of this year. Nearing the end here, for those of you who just found my channel and just started watching some of my videos, I would kindly ask you to go back to the first week when I started and watch there's 3 videos that first week. One of them was an introduction of myself, just talking about myself and why I needed to do this. And those of you who have watched that video, I mean, you already know when I went into this, it was kind of a desperation, if you will, kind of like a Roger Staubach Hail Mary that I was throwing to Drew Pearson and just throwing up a prayer and hoping, but sometimes you make the completion, and that's what this has done with my health. That Hail Mary paid off. I don't know what I expected when I went into this. All I know is this is no longer going to be a 90-day challenge. This is my new lifestyle, because it has added life to my years and years to my life. I am down 20 pounds since January 1st. Yes, I would have liked to have lost more weight on the scales, but here towards the end, I found out that it wasn't just all about the scales. I told you in an earlier video, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, that I had started working out some in a gym. 6 months ago, that wouldn't have even been possible. I mean, before I started 90 days ago, it wouldn't have been possible when I first started this challenge. I had a hard time going up a flight of stairs. There's no way I could go to a gym and lift weights. And I'm doing that 3 times a week now. And so with doing the carnivore diet and with working out in the gym, needless to say, I have gained muscle. And it's obvious to people. People are pointing it out, telling me that I'm getting more toned up, which makes me feel good about myself. And I do know that muscle actually weighs more than fat. So, just because it's not reflecting on the scale, I was been out of shape for a few weeks, sitting there saying, man, I have totally stalled on weight loss. But I've noticed myself when I look in the mirror that I am toning up more every single day. And so I'll take how I feel and all of that a lot more so than what the scales say. But I am down 20 pounds from when I started January 1st. And I'm off all of my insulin, the type 2 diabetes that I had been diagnosed with 30 years ago. And the last 20 of those years, I was insulin dependent, where I had to, take the long-acting insulin twice a day, and I had to take the fast-acting insulin 3 times a day, or however many times I ate. I took it before each and every meal, and that stuff is out of my life. I don't have to take insulin anymore, which is, that's a huge win. I was taking 4 different blood pressure medications, 3 of those twice a day to keep my blood pressure in check. I had a very stubborn blood pressure, and that went on for 20-30 years as well. And I'm down to 1 pill once a day for my blood pressure, and it's a very, very mild. It's like the first line of defense that they give somebody for blood pressure, losartan, that very first tier. And I'm off all the dangerous ones like the clonidine, chlorthalidone, metoprolol tartrate, especially that clonidine. That's a very dangerous one, because that one's messing with the mind, with the brain, in order to bring blood pressure down. But something else to report on this week that I wasn't even expecting going into this carnivore journey is, for the first time this year, I have not had to go to the doctor and get a Kenalog shot for my seasonal allergies. I have the worst case of seasonal allergies of anybody that you would ever know. By late February, early March every year, things are already starting to bloom out, in Texas, and it's starting to warm up, and the pollen is in the air, and it always gets me, and I have very overactive, whatever the allergy glands or whatever. And I have found out that too is contributed to wheat and grains, that you're not going to be overactive in that area if you're not consuming wheat and grains. And so for years and years and years, I would have to go to the doctor with my eyes swollen shut and itching and burning and watering, and I'm looking like I'm bawling when I walk in, and I would have to get a steroid shot. It's what it is, the Kenalog, and it's, that shot is not good for you, especially it's not good for diabetics. It would always spike my blood sugar to dangerous levels. I would have to use a lot more insulin for a week or two after getting one of those shots. And this year I've had no trouble whatsoever, for the first time ever, with my allergies. So, and my allergies were so bad that I don't think that you can make an argument that, for people who have allergies as bad as me, that alone might be worth the price of admission to this lifestyle, to the carnivore diet. Just, getting that part of your life back to where you can enjoy the spring and get outside and not suffer from allergies that, not just me, but so many people out there suffer with. So if you suffer from seasonal allergies, give that a try. Cut wheat and all the other grains out of your diet, and just see for yourself what that, because I've looked into it. There's testimony after testimony after testimony on YouTube and other sites online where people are talking about the same thing, how it completely reversed their seasonal allergies. Same thing with people's pets, getting them off of their kibble foods that have, so many of those dog foods have, wheat and corn listed as the first two ingredients. You get that out of their diet, and all of a sudden they're seeing all of their seasonal allergies, as well as rashes and the rashes that get between their paws and stuff like that. They see that just go away on their dogs. My dogs are pretty much doing the carnivore. We do have some kibble for them that has absolutely no grain in it. It is all wild animals and stuff, but of course they like steak and burger patties a lot better than that, and we do spoil them. We do, whenever we have steak, they'll have a few scraps. My wife will usually have a little bit left on her plate, and what I don't eat we do give to them. And we have been known, actually, if we go out and we get burger patties, to just go ahead and just bring home a couple of extra burger patties and give them to the puppies, and they're very grateful for it. So yeah, our dogs, Hero and Brave, are very much carnivore dogs as well. And they don't have rashes, they don't have seasonal allergies. They are very healthy, and they have suffered from that kind of stuff in the past. And it was a vet that told us, get food without grain in it, because dogs are allergic to grain and it causes every single allergy in dogs. And so we gave that a try, and it cured it all up, and they've never had allergies again. So maybe I should have listened to that a couple of years ago when we were told that from a vet. I don't know why something didn't trigger in myself. Maybe I should try that to help my allergies, but there you go. Next Tuesday is when I plan to do my latest update, because that will be the end of the 90 days. The 90 days will actually end on Sunday, but we are going to be out of town with our kids for LTC, Leadership Training for Christ. They do this every Easter weekend, and it's a pretty special deal in Dallas. And so we'll be there all weekend, and then Monday night I have scouts. Our whole family does, and so I won't be able to do the video on Monday night. But Monday morning is when I'm supposed to go to the doctor again to get all of my latest lab work done. And in all honesty, it will probably be Tuesday before I get those results anyway. So on Tuesday, when I get home from work, I'll go over all my lab results, and I will share that with you, and we'll compare the lab works from 90 days ago to the lab work coming up on Monday. so that we can see, because the lab work, it can't lie. I can sit here and tell you how good I feel, and I hope that that it comes across the videos and that you can see that for yourself. But when I actually show you the numbers, when I show you where I was on like my triglycerides, for example, they were scores like 800. I showed several different labs from the last couple of years up to when I started this, so that you didn't think that this was just it's not something that just happened. I'd been sick for a long time, but we saw scores of triglycerides, 600, 700 range, 800, 900 range. I had a couple of them 13 and 1400, and even one score of triglycerides that was over 2000. I think it was like 2096. And most doctors will tell you that those need to be under 200. Some doctors will say under 150, but that for sure your triglycerides need to be under 200. And so, especially the time that I had over 2000, I was 10 times the legal limit on triglycerides. And that is where the blockage, the clogs and stuff, and the arteries and stuff comes from, is the triglycerides. So it's very, very dangerous. So we're going to get to see firsthand what this diet did to my lab work. And I will be here to share all of that with you on Tuesday. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I really can't do this without you, because this really, it holds me accountable. I look forward to these videos each week. I look forward to sitting in front of the camera and sharing my stories and sharing my ups and downs along the way. And I know that you've seen me grow, and I have. There is no question about it. I was pretty sick when I started this, and pretty down. I mean, again, it was a desperation thing, but now this has been something that has completely changed my life. It saved my life. There's no question about it that the carnivore lifestyle has saved my life. And so I look forward to continuing it. The 90 days is just the beginning. There's been a lot of trial and error, and that's what this first 90 days challenge was for, is, learning the sweet spots of this lifestyle and learning the things that I can have and the things that I can't have. And now it's time to just buckle down and settle into this new life that I have. I look forward to talking to you on Tuesday and sharing the lab work. Until then, I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.